down the hallway.
Ben, why are you getting arrested?
Move down the hallway. If you stop, you will be arrested.
Kills poor kids in Gaza by buying bombs and pays for it by kicking kids off Medicaid in the U.S.
Keep going down. Keep going down the hallway.
Those kids need Medicaid because you give them diabetes. Ben and Jerry. Okay, and this one is one of those where you talk about sort of the reshuffling of parties and alignment. And we're going to get to the Middle East, by the way. What happened to Code Pink? What happened to all the people saying, hey, these folks are freedom fighters, Rosie O'Donnell? Now they're going to be pro-war on terror. We'll get to Donald Trump in a second. But Ben and Jerry, can you think of anyone more granola or hippie? And can you think of anyone who has been in public office in any capacity who would be more sympathetic to the idea of, no artificial dyes, fewer GMOs?
Right.
I mean, he's basically a libertarian granola hippie who eats meat. They should have a lot in common. But now the goalposts move with Ben and or Jerry because it's about Medicaid or something, and then it's about bombs in Gaza and children. So here you go. Ben Cohen, one of the co-founders of Ben and Jerry, he went absolutely insane during a Senate testimony yesterday over RFK Jr.
The audience are reminded disruptions will not be permitted while the committee conducts its business. Capitol Police are asked to remove the individuals from the hearing room.
Oh, it goes on.
Move down the hallway.
Ben, why are you getting arrested?
Move down the hallway. If you stop, you will be arrested.
Kills poor kids in Gaza by buying bombs and pays for it by kicking kids off Medicaid in the U.S.
Keep going down. Keep going down the hallway.
Those kids need Medicaid because you give them diabetes.
Yeah, I was going to say, he kills more kids.
I know.
With his 78 grams of sugar a second.
And by the way, did I miss? Was it a congressional hearing or a Senate hearing? I just want to make sure that I got that right.
Oh, that was a town hall.
But it's one of something about it doesn't matter what you do. You guys need to understand. You have a president right now who has basically started no new significant wars. Certainly the least pro-war president ever. And the left still calls him a Nazi. In this case, you have RFK Jr. He got rid of red dye. Was it number 3, number 4? Don't quote me on that. One of the, either 3 or 4. He's going in. He wants to call pharmaceutical companies to the mat. This is the guy who refused to say that he would never sue pharmaceutical companies because he said there needs to be accountability for the consumer. That he's not anti-medicine, but he is pro-health and he is pro-transparency. This is the kind of stuff that Ben and Jerry would put on their label. Organic, natural. No added artificial whatever that means. Like, it doesn't matter. Then they'll move the goalpost to Medicaid and Gaza.
And it's not nice to do that at a hearing with a Kennedy involved. Those guys are jumpy for a reason.
Yeah, you're right. They made a loud noise. Yeah. We didn't show that part of it.
Oh, yeah.
RFK jumped.
Oh, yeah, he did jump.
Yeah, he came out of his seat about 11 feet. He said, put up the hood.
Yeah. I guarantee you that guy double checks with a rental every time.
It's not a convertible, is it? Gotta be bulletproof. Last time they gave me the Mustang, and it wasn't even the 8-cylinder, it was the 6. Are you shitting me?
And RFK Jr. was obviously upset. And this man was upset. It was just a crossfire going on. They were upset with RFK Jr. for blaming Ben and Jerry's for his health issues during his campaign last year.
The New York Times reporting on a 2012 deposition during which RFK Jr. said doctors once found a parasite, a dead worm, in his brain. Tonight, what his campaign is now saying about this, and here's Kana Whitworth.
Kennedy testified in a 2012 deposition that he experienced memory loss at the time, saying, "I have cognitive problems, clearly, all because of a damn worm in my Ben & Jerry's ice cream."
And that was the last time I ever touched Chunky Monkey.
So I understand. I understand the gripe.
First of all, he's a Kennedy. That worm's from tequila. I mean, come on.
The crabs are from a Monroe.
Yeah, that's right. Cheap balls.
She told me she was clean. She's so unclean.
All right. So here's some other times that Ben and Jerry's have sucked, where I can't buy Ben and Jerry's anymore, and it's tough because I used to love them. I was raised in Montreal, and so Ben and Jerry right over the border there.
Oh yeah.
In 2024, they came out with these flavors. Remember Kamala's Coconut Jubilee?
Oh jeez.
Unburdened by what has vanilla bean. and Fight for Our Rights sorbet, which they just seem like they got lazy.
Exactly. They just kind of wedged that one.
Are these real? I can't even
These
tell.
are real flavors.
Real flavors.
These are real. I know, because we did
my God.
we've done 2 or 3 7+1s, and it's hard to tell the real ones from the fake ones.
I like the yeast infection with nuts.
Strawberry
Dump
abortion.
that.
No.
I need something. Just let me know. Then I can find out what I can and
In
can't.
2023, he posted this message about the stolen and indigenous. He said, "This is the 4th of July. It's high time we recognize that the U.S. exists on stolen indigenous land and commit to returning it." Okay, let's start with your farms, your dairy farms.
Yeah.
How about that? You think, like, this is one of those things I've said, sort of my litmus test for environmentalists, celebrity environmentalists, is perfume or cologne. If you decide to slap your name on a product that is completely unnecessary, with packaging that is entirely wasteful and chemicals that require unbelievably corrosive processes, for something that nobody needs, so that you can make a few extra $1 million, you don't care about the environment. Ice cream is about as definitionally as non-necessary as I can think of. Let's start with your dairy farms that are reserved exclusively for making an expensive, upper middle class luxury product. You give it back first before you talk about people living in a 1,400 square foot home. These people don't believe it. And what they always do is they always blame the system. Well, I would, but it wouldn't make a difference because that's the same reason you don't pay more on your taxes. There's a little box there. You can just pay as much as you want. They never do. They don't live what they believe. I tell you what, I live what I believe because I will use every loophole in the book to pay as little to Uncle Sam as I humanly possibly can. And I make no apologies for it. What else do we have from
They're all legal, though.
They supported the defund the police after George Floyd. They came out with pecan resist flavor to oppose the Trump administration. Like, what does that even mean? And what do they think they're doing? Like, oh, wait a second. Let's release pecan resist for $8.99 a pint. That'll really turn this country around.
Not only is there dairy farm on stolen land, I'll take it a step further. The last time I checked, it was cow farts that were ruining the ozone. Right?
Yeah, that's what they say. But now the ozone hole is closed, so your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah,
Remember that one?
Yep.
Couldn't use hairspray?
Yeah.
Because you were going to get melanoma. Turns out, the hole just closed up. Oh, okay. Yeah. We completely restructured our lives with many modern products.
Yes.
But, you were wrong about it? All right. Yeah, cow farts. Okay, Ben, let's start with you. And he'll say he's not...
Styrofoam cups were the problem, I thought. Only if you break them,
That's true. Yeah, then we went to paper straws.
Yes.
And maybe all that ice cream has been bad for his health. Maybe instead of yelling at the Health and Human Services Secretary, he should see a real doctor like you, Gerald. Hey, do you like what you saw? I don't know how because it's on YouTube and we have to cut all the good parts out. So you should tune in live weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern on Rumble, where we can still speak freely and even use words like and get and whoa. You've been here this whole time?
Yeah. Snuck in.